Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football to which we look forward immensely. It's hardly a surprise that everybody has come here in their droves, this being a fixture that has received so much coverage in the days leading up to it. And it's good to see that we have a good contingent of visiting fans by the look of it too. The atmosphere is amicable, the conditions do bring out the best in everyone, and I think we're all looking forward to a feel-good game. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The national anthem of Argentina rings out. They have thrown down the gauntlet with that anthem. Now to match it. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
There's the whistle. Diogo Dalot. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Who else but Lionel Messi? I don't need to tell anyone what he's capable of. Some critics don't rate him as the best player on the planet. That's because the Argentinian, for me, is on a different planet.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. And it's Bernardo Silva, João Palhinha, to Bruno Fernandes. Rafael Leao. Messi. Argentina do have a chance to counter here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, great shot at goal! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Diogo Dalot. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Vitinha. He's found a way through. Bruno Fernandes. And Mendes. Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. João Palhinha. And it's Pepe. And Dalot. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Portugal are already chasing the game. Long time to go.
Well, individual responsibility levels have to start kicking in to rescue things from what's been a bad start.
And the shot! He's got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Argentina really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that's surely a foul free kick. And it's Bernardo Silva, Vitinha to Bruno Fernandes. He shifted it to the flank. Danger averted for now. Nicely spread. Can he spark a counter here? Gets to show off his quick feet. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Ruben Dias. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Vitinha. And João Palhinha. Vitinha. João Palhinha. Nicely weighted ball. He is through here. Good challenge, excellent challenge. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Nuno Mendes. João Palhinha. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo! Rafael Leão! It's their second corner of the game. Cleared away. João Palhinha. Diogo Dalot. Now it's Bernardo Silva. And João Palhinha. Messi, who's set up one goal so far. Now it's Paredes. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And Dalot. Romero spots it and intercepts. Acuna. João Palhinha. Diogo Dalot. And it's Pepe. Now Ruben Dias. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. João Palhinha. Now it's Bernardo Silva.
Diogo Dalot really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Paredes. De Paul. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And he welcomes it in. To Bruno Fernandes. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Bernardo Silva. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rafael Leao. He's had a hit! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
De Paul. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Paredes. Alvarez. That is a great ball. Towering header. They've done it! Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Oh, his goal-scoring celebrations are going to be cut short. The flag was up for offside, even if the referee didn't spot it straight away.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Pep loose pass, and they could be in. And João Palhinha. Now Ruben Dias. Vitinha. And Dalot. Vitinha. He's found a way past. Diogo Dalot, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. That is good alertness. Bruno Fernandes. João Palhinha. Here's Vitinha. Diogo Dalot. Bernardo Silva going face-to-face with his great rival. Ruben Dias makes the interception. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's it's Cristiano Ronaldo! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
That's just plain unlucky. There were many, me included, who thought that was going in.
Paredes. For De Paul. Acuna. Aims beyond the defence. Fiddles it through. Oh, it's played into the area. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Keeper has taken decisive action. Portugal can counter promptly here. Molina. Interesting ball. Nuno Mendes. Cristiano Ronaldo. Diogo Dalot. Vitinha. Distributed tidily. Diogo Dalot. Bernardo Silva. Vitinha opts to play it back. Lovely feet. And it's half-time here. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, we thought this would be close, Peter, and it's proving us right so far. They're well matched, and it presents a fascinating battle of wits to see who'll emerge on top or otherwise.
So both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but the score at half-time is 1-1. Well, the action has already resumed here.
Portugal clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's to Paul. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Rafael Leao. Vitinha. And João Palhinha. Diogo Dalot. And João Palhinha. Nuno Mendes. Good spot, he's seen the run. Bounce of passing here, really easy on the eye. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. Threads one in. Molina is charging up on the overlap. Heads it! What a wonderful goal! Great header, made it look easy.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Marcou para a Argentina aos 56 minutos de jogo com a camisola número 7.
Argentina get themselves into the lead. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Vitinha, João Palhinha. Messi proving dependable as ever. Another terrific day at the office for him.
Well, not only can a player of such high calibre show the imagination to set up a goal, but he can also produce when the pressure's on to deliver a big moment. This guy was born to create.
Nuno Mendes. And João Palhinha gets a good foot in there. It's run loose here. De Paul. De Paul with the cross. Now the finish! It's in! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Messi at his razor-sharp best there.
Oh, look, there's only one player who merits all the praise for that. Not only did he finish it, but his instincts for being where he was are absolutely top-notch.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Messi proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. João Palhinha. Nuno Mendes. Knocks it out wide. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Di Maria. Now Romero. Acuna. And it's Paredes. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Rafael Leao.
Rafael Leao, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Bruno Fernandes. Out to the left it goes. That's tidy.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Substituição para Portugal.
Portugal have their third corner.
Número 6. Número 3. Pepe. Vão dar os seus lugares a... Número
And now
21.
a sudden chance to counter.
Número 15. Número 14.
McAllister. Portugal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. He gets big! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Nuno Mendes. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Bruno Fernandes. Hits one! And that has been clubbed away. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Martinez coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Tries a header! He will be livid with himself. Paredes. For Messi. Lo Celso. And he's managed to get free. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. McAllister. And it's played in here. That is a brilliant interception. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. To Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Now Ruben Dias. Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Done delicately. Not the most accurate pass. Paredes. Bruno Fernandes. And Mendes. Vitinha. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Vitinha. Played out to the left flank. De Paul. Paredes. Jota.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive. The type...
Jota! He scored! And what a climax we have here!
Look, there wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Argentina making another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Portugal give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Nuno Mendes to Bruno Fernandes. Portugal now with increasing urgency and desperation. Jota.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
That's a shade optimistic. De Paul, that's a good ball out wide. He has found the way through.
Look, it's a run defence dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Portugal do have a chance to counter here. And it's Messi. Gets his pass away. Now it's Lo Celso. Lo Celso crosses.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that is that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Portugal lost their way after falling behind early. Their concentration was weakened and their character, and that's cause for address.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Caros patronos, gostávamos de pedir vosso contributo